Hello, hi, my name is Shoaib Khan and welcome to Maxafter's another exciting product tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll give you a brief overview about this product as and how to change colors, text, and some other tips as well. So are you guys ready? Let's start the tutorial. Well, first thing first, this is project panel. When you open After Effects, this is what you get. It has got 3 folders, titles here, and then drag and drop elements. Yeah, so basically this is the folder which is important because all the titles are in here, right? So you've got 12 categories, and inside each category then there are more animations, right? In this one there are some drag and drop elements that can be used to spice up the animation. Now for example, we are here, we've got the first template which is style 07 plate 01, right? In this template, let's say you want to change the text first, right? Now for text, what you do is you have got text here, right? So you can go from here as well. You select the text and then you right click, and if you can't see it, reveal the layer in source project. So it automatically takes you to that layer, right? So if you don't want to do that, first you have to locate star 071. First you go here, of course, then you open, let me just delete it and show you from the beginning, right? So right now there's nothing here. So for example, if we go to 07 plate and we have got the style 07 plate 1, right? So double click, it opens here. So this is a timeline, and here let's say this folder is just for this template, right? So when you open it, it says replaced its text here. So every folder has got the text inside it. Says replace text here. You just open it and just select it. It shows box here, right? So you want to change the box and double click here, right? Now here you just type your text. For example, you write Maxafter, right? So the text, now this text could be, of course, larger than the composition. If your text goes outside the composition, what you can do is just go to composition and settings. Here you can just increase the width, right? So the width increases. If this text goes outside, it could get chopped, right? So now you go back and you see the text has been changed. Now there's a problem here. The text is bigger, so your box is smaller. What you're going to do here is you go and select your box here, which is, if you click on it, it will show you, it highlights. So just click here and you open it and you go inside the contents, and this is rectangle. Inside the rectangle, just open it and this is the size, right? Unchain it and just increase the size like that, right? So this is how you increase the size of the box. So once you are done, and then you go inside and change the news, right? For news, of course, you are in the same folder. Here you click here, it says news, it highlights. So double click and of course you change the news, right? So here let's say Maxafter graphics, right? Now there's one more thing I want to highlight here, is this text is composed of many other layers as well, right, which are hidden. So this is what reveals. So if you click here, it reveals the other text as well, which are linked to this layer, right? So if you want to change the text, then it does fulfill the requirement, by just changing it here. But if you want to change the font, then you have to unreveal it, and select all of them, and then of course you select your text. For example, the font here, the font can be changed from effects and presets and characters. If it's not activated, go to Windows and activate the characters. This is the one here, right? So now here you can change your font, right? And you can change the size of the font from here as well, right? And of course the spacing, and this is the kerning, and this is the spacing, right? So this is how you change. But for that, of course, you have to select all of them. Now, if you do it like this, select one of them and you try to change the text, it messes up the whole thing. So for that, very easy, just reveal it, select all of them and then change the text, right? You can also double click, and if you want to write, if you want to press enter and write something else like max here, right? So now select it again and just go to the spacing and bring it down, right? So this whole 3D, it might not be chopped, so you go back, so it's there, right? But since, of course, we needed one line, so we keep it like that, right? Now, if you go back here, the text has been changed. Do the same thing. Select this plate here and content rectangle. Open up, unchain it, and you can match the sizes. This is 13, 17. Let's see the other plate. Size is 13, 13. So if you write 13, 17, it will exactly match with the top one, right? So it's good quality, right? We are looking at half quality, right? You can view it with full quality as well, Right, so now let's go and change the mood of the text, right? It is color grading, and press E and double click photo filter. It has got, cooling filter. Now color changes to kind of bluish, and red warm color, green, violet. It has got all sorts of moods here, right? So you can just turn down the density as per required, right? Let me just keep it to 15, and the mood here is warm, so I'll keep it to warm filter, right? Now let's go and change the colors. When you press E, it opens up the colors, right? It shows here as well. You can change it from here as well, right? So very simple, just change the colors from here. While you change it, you can see them, as well. So let's say change to something like gray, right? Now plate fill back. Let me change this to something brighter so it stands out, right? Text to fill. Let me change this to something else, right? So you can see, how quickly it changes. Right, now text stroke as well. This is gold color. If you want it silver, you can have silver as well. You can see that how easily, and beautifully it changes, keeping the quality intact, right? Now this could also be changed. Right, so this is how you change the colors, right? Now once you are done with the editing, right, very easy. There's a magnification, right? There's an animation, there's some kind of magnification here, so you can turn it on and off. So there's some kind of glass effect here, so that can be turned off and on from here, right? Okay, so now we have changed the text. Now let's see how we are going to use it, right? Now for example, you import your footage. Create a folder, just name it GFX to keep things clean, right? File, import, and let's say you have some image. Let's say I've got this image here, and this 1920 by 1080, right? Full HD image, right? Now the image is here. It could be your video as well, like I've shown in the example, right? Now you go and just drag and drop the text that you created. So once you create and put it here and move the timeline, you'll see the animation, right? Very simple, right? And turn on the glass transformation so that it will have that glass effect as well, you know. Now when you animate, when you preview it, you'll see. So when you preview it, this is how it looks, you know. So you can drag and drop on top of your footage as well. Now let's say you want to see the other ones as well. For example, let's say you want to see sports, zoom in, you know, just put on top of it, select Alt on your keyboard and just drag and drop on top of it, you know. That's it. So you need to turn on the glass transformation, otherwise, you know, it will have some black backgrounds, you know. So turn on the glass transformation and then animate it. So it's pretty simple, you know, the animation is created. Now if you want to go inside it, you can press Alt on your keyboard and double click. If you're above CS3 or CS4, then CS5, then you just double click, it'll take you inside to the comp. Right, when you come here, press E. It says lens flares. It has got lens flares. You know, you can turn off and on the lens flares as well. You know, you can also change the colors like you changed it earlier. You know, very simple, straightforward. You can change the stroke colors as well, right? And when you do the changes, I'm just doing it randomly and quickly so that you can have an idea. It changes here as well, you know. So if you don't need the lens flare, you can turn it off, right? So now let's say you have this animation and you want to create a promo or something, right? So if your promo is like, let's say 1920 by 1080, which is like full HD, right? 24 frames, and it's like 10 seconds, right? Now you drag and drop this here. So you've got your first animation, right? And then of course you will have some image in the background. Let's say this is the image, right? Now you want to add similar another effect, right? Let me just turn down the quality a little bit. So it comes here, and then you've got other options as well, you know. Let me just zoom out, use the zoom out one now. Let's use this one. So it stays here and then just disappears, right? Now let's say you edit, duplicate, and move it forward. After 2 seconds, the new text will be introduced, right? So this is how it's going to look. And this is text 2 comes in, and the text 1 disappears, right? So this is how, you know, one after the other. But now let's say you want to change the text. So if you go inside this one and you try to change the text, for example, you change it to world, right? And now if you go back, actually it is this one, composition 1. So you just created it in here somewhere, which is just lost. So it should be here somewhere. So just drag and drop on top. So just create it, you know, separately and name it promo, otherwise it will be lost in there somewhere, right? So this is the promo now. So this one text after the other comes in, but you'll realize that the text has been changed in both of them to world, but you want to have a different text, of course. So now for that, the best and easiest way is you download True Comp Duplicator, which is for free. You just right here, free. If you want to pay, you can also pay, but you can name your price 0 and add to cart, and then add the downloaded file in your After Effects folder. You know, it shows you how to do it. So once you have True Comp Duplicator, then you go here, select your composition, which was this one, right? Now you want to duplicate it. You want to have another composition similar like that so that you can create the promo. So for that, you go to Windows and you come here and you can't see a true comp duplicator here. Very simple. And you just write, um, your text2 or something, text2 or something right here, right? And group item into folder and just copies one, just leave the rest, just turn on this option and this one and duplicate selected. Now it has created a duplicate for you, which is text2, right? And in text2 you come here and similar text has been created and you write your text here. For example, text number 6, you write here World Cricket and you write here 2020, right? And now if you go to your promo and just select this one and your new comp, which is zoom out forever, you can write anything. Just press Alt on your keyboard and drag and drop on top of it. So now you'll see the text has been changed, right? So now you can see the text has been changed. World Cricket, World Football, and this is World Cricket, right? You can add a third one, and just select this one and go to Windows and then True Comp Duplicator again. Just name it text3. Simple, and easy, right? And you've got your text3 here. Go to replaces text, and here you can write anything. You write like, let's write anything fast. And here actually this is 3 different texts. So just come here and write action. This is actually composed of 3 texts, separately, so that when I created the animation, there's a difference in these 3 texts. One comes first, then the second, and the third, something like that. So similarly, if you want to change the size, now if you unreveal it, so these 3 are here. Select these 3, and then you can change your text here, right? And you can do the same, for the next one, and then you can do the same for the next one, right? Just if you want to change only the text, then it can be done from here. But if you want to increase the size, spacing, and kerning, just unreveal it and select all of them and then change. Right? Pretty simple. And then you go back. Text has been changed. Right? Fast action. Now if you go back to your promo and duplicate it, so your second comp, edit, split, so finishes here. Then the third comp starts here, which is this one. Press Alt and on top, right? And edit, split. So basically this is how you change the text. And then of course one promo is created, and then you can do the same with this one. For example, you got this, press Alt and drag on top of it, this changes. So this is how you change your text. Then you've got other styles as well. You've got gold style, which is this glitter, right? And then you've got news channel. News, you can very easily drag and drop on top of your image. Let's go to file, import new image. Let's say this is your new image here, and drag and drop on top of this. This could be a video as well, right? So this is how you can very simply change. So for box, of course, if you create a promo, then you need to have duplicates, right. Make sure these files are outside, right. Now you've got some drag and drop elements as well. So you got like flames, if you see the flames here, just turn off. Right, and then you got explosives, and then you got gold glitter, falling from the top. Then you got heat wave as well. Turn on, you see heat wave. This is heat wave. So it starts here, and you can, edit and split. So it ends here, right? And you can then add your text, for example, fast and furious text. See the fast and furious text now. And then you can see what the heat wave did to it, And when you turn it off, it becomes like that. And then you've got, particles as well. You add it, For these you don't want, you can turn them off as well, just. If you add them, they are highlighted, And then you can just drag in your sound as well, and then you just animate it. You can see, it looks furious with the sparks and all that. So the heat wave ends here. So there's a jerk here, but you can press T on your keyboard and you can slightly, turn it down to 0 from here. So it gradually dies, And then you got more lens flare as well. You can just drag and drop on top of it, to spice it up. For example, lens flare. Just turn it to add and press S on your keyboard and you just increase the size. You've got bigger lens flare, which is the flicker. Right, so you can end it here. Right, so you can see that with these, sparks and drag and drop elements, you can spice up the whole animation now. And then of course, you can just select your slide in text and then you just drag in something else. For example, movies. You just go and overwrite it, So it becomes action movie. And if you don't like it, then you can just go here and select this one, right? And then you've got elections. If you feel like attending the elections, then you can just drag and drop this one, right? Two styles here for elections, right? And then you've got classic text as well, golden classic, right? And then silver as well. It's a beautiful text. So, and then you've got clash as well. right? So you've got, 12 categories, and in there, you've got a lot of other animations. So I've shown you how to, duplicate them if you want to create a promo. And if you want to, you can use them singly, and then if you want to create more, then of course you can just use true comp duplicator, and then you just increase the text, right? So again, text here, can be changed. But if you want to change this font, then you need to unreveal it, So these colors mentioned, like you have to select 3 of them for this, and 3 for this, 3 for this. And some of them, is single. For example, this one. And then you can also adjust the timings, of the animation. If you press U on your keyboard, it shows you the keys here. This is the position. The thing is that, to control the animation is basically is the position. So select all of them, press P, and the position keys are revealed. It shows how fast and slow you can do it from here. But if you want to move them all at once, there's a good way of doing it. Go to Layer, New, and Null. So you've got a null here now, and bring it down, select all these, and link it. And now you've got a master controller. So you can turn it down, turn on the 3D, right? And you can also move it, if you press P, you can move them up and down as well. So in this way, it doesn't mess up the keys, the animated keys, So press P and R, you can revolve it as well. So you can do all sorts of stuff, right? So this is how, you can move the plate. If you try to move it from here, you've got keys, so you can mess up the keys, right? So you don't want to do that. So just create a new null and link them and just move it from there, so the keys remain there, so you don't have a problem with it. Right, so basically these are drag and drop, created for you already. So you just drag and drop and turn on the collapse transformation, and you've got, particles as well. You can turn it on and off. So the whole control is there. Pretty simple, right? So I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. Once again, my name is Shoaib Khan from Maxafter.com. Assalamu alaikum and goodbye.